Sheldon Adelson is a casino owner in Vegas and in Macau who is a billionaire and has given over $36 million to Republicans in this cycle, most of it to super PACs. And he plans to apparently give $100 million, according to insiders. Now, let me show you why he wants to do that. Because he's going to get a terrific rate of return if Mitt Romney wins, if any of the Republicans win. But this is based on a Center for American Progress analysis of Mitt Romney's tax plan and how much it would help Sheldon Adelson. So let's find out. So first of all, on his annual compensation, on the tax cut that he would get from 35% to 25%, Romney wants to lower the top rate to 25%, which, by the way, is mental, would create a giant, giant hole in our budget. Adelson would get just a $1.5 million bump up. I mean, on that alone, this is the smallest part, okay? But $1.5 million a year for this billionaire, as Mitt Romney says, he's for the average guy. Sure, of course you are. All right, let's continue. So what else would he get? This is pretty helpful. $120 million on dividends every year he would save if we went with the Mitt Romney plan. So President Obama plans to bring dividends up to 35%, which is the top rate for the top earners, which makes sense. If it stays down at 15%, as Mitt Romney wants, Adelson saves $120 million a year. Now, for the 4 years that Mitt Romney would be president, if that were to happen, Adelson would save $480 million. Now, putting in $100 million seems crazy, right? But on this one tax rate alone, he's saving nearly 5 times as much by bribing Mitt Romney to get him to win the elections, okay? These are all legal bribes. All right, what else would he save? Let's take a look. $1.2 billion on tax windfall for his company in Las Vegas. That's based on the tax holiday. Now, there's different ways of framing this. Sometimes they call it a tax holiday and allow them to bring their money back in one time. Sometimes it's called a territorial tax, which Mitt Romney advocates, so that they can bring back their money whenever and pay almost nothing in taxes. That ranges from anywhere from 0 to 5% instead of the 35% rate they would normally pay, in which case Adelson saves $1.2 billion. Okay, that's a giant amount of money. Gee, I wonder why Adelson's giving so much to the Republicans. I can't quite figure it out. Well, let's keep going. Overall, his savings would be $2.3 billion. So over $2 billion when you take in the dividends, the tax cut at the top bracket, and the repatriation tax holiday that I just told you about. Now, what's the rate of return if you put in $100 million and you get back $2 billion? Well, let's take a look. That would be a rate of 2,200%. Gee, I wonder why they give to politicians. If you can get a rate of return on that, like that on anything, wouldn't you do it? Hell yeah, you'd do it. But we're not done yet. How about his heirs? Well, let's take a look at the estate tax. His heirs would save $8.9 billion. This is indisputable. Mitt Romney would take estate taxes to 0. That's insanity, okay? So not only the Walmarts and everybody else, but Adelson's family would save nearly $9 billion. What's his rate of return when you take in the estate tax as well? An 11,000% rate of return. Even though it seemed like, wait a minute, giving $100 million, that's unbelievable. Why is he doing that? It's because it's going to give him a rate of return you can't believe for him and his family. That's why they buy our politicians. And if you're the Republican Party, what do you care about this? This comes out of the American taxpayer's pocket. And it creates a giant deficit. Who cares? Republicans, all they do is create deficits. Now, is that going to stop Mitt Romney and the rest of the Republicans from taking $100 million from this guy? Oh, hell no, it's not. And that's why we have the deficits that we have. Because we've allowed billionaires like this to simply buy our democracy. Welcome to America.